everyone, it's Bethany. In this video, I am going to slow down and make a birthday card for my daughter. So I've had this stamp set for a long time, and I actually found it, I believe it was at Joann, and I had to have it, but of course I put it away and never brought it out. So I this year have been really good about trying to not buy craft supplies and craft with what I have, and this is another example of where I'm going to grab something from my stash that I have fallen in love with but forgotten about, and then I'm going to create something really beautiful with it, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Okay, so I'm gonna again make a beautiful birthday card for my daughter. Let's just sit back and relax. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you find some inspiration from this cute little card. Also, excuse the mess. I just got done working out, and I'm gonna sneak in a little crafting before bedtime. All right, let's go ahead and get creative. Okay, so this is the stamp set that I fell in love with, and it's from Hero Arts. I will do my best to try to find it and link it down below if I can. And I love this because it has a cute little stamp set for a birthday, and then it also has dies that can be the little skirt for the girl. So I think this is really cute. I really want to do this die, but we'll see where this card takes us. So what I'm going to do first and foremost is I think I'm going to get an idea for, I think I'll try the skirt first. So let's do some die cutting, because once I know what skirt I would like to do, then I can get the arrangement for the stamps and see exactly where they need to be stamped out. Okay, I'm just gonna rip this open and let's grab all of these little pieces. Okay, this is a great opportunity to bring back out my tiny little die cut machine. Now, I was telling you recently, I have a little something on there. I was telling you recently that my little lock wasn't having it secure down to the mat, like it wasn't suctioning very well anymore. And so many of you suggested, and I had thought of this but just never did it, to clean the bottom to see if, you know, because sometimes you get any type of debris on there, whether it is crumbs or anything that could prevent it from suctioning down. So I did actually clean that. So I'm gonna test it out today. I cleaned it several weeks ago, and now let's see if that works. So this is going to be a great opportunity to use pattern paper, and you can do whatever you wish with the skirt, right? You could do some ink blending and then cut it out. You could color, but I thought that we would have fun with pattern paper here. So I have this beautiful garden party set, and I'll try to see if I can link this below. As always, I do my very best. Sometimes I have craft supplies from back in the day. Not that this was too far gone, but I have had this for a while, so I'll do my best. Hopefully I can still find it. Let's move the cutting plates just a little bit. And again, I'm going to focus on doing the bigger skirt. I think that will be so cute. So let me go ahead and trim that apart. All right, now, as always, let's get all the heart eyes over the pattern paper. I love looking at pattern paper. It's so pretty. This has a pretty foil to it. That's gorgeous. There was one that caught my eye, though, that I wanted to use. Where is it? Ooh, I think this would be so pretty. And it would be so fun for a birthday. I think I'm going to do, was it that? Or was it that? I think it's gonna be this one. I think that is so pretty. So now what I want to do is see where to put. You can kind of hover over certain areas. I know I want to incorporate some of the yellow. So if I put this, well, I guess if I put this here, I get pinks and yellows and greens. So I'm going to just, oops, sorry, that kind of fell off camera, but I think you get the idea. I'm going to just cut this like so, just right out of the book there, and then I'll trim this out. I'm also, just to give myself some options, what if I went, I feel like it wouldn't work to go vertical, but horizontal on the skirt could be super cute. Let's see where I want the colors to fall. I want to do something maybe like that. actually, I do want to get, okay, let's do that because we'll get the yellow and the green. And I know it's kind of making a mess of this pattern paper, but this one actually might be the winner for me. I love that. Okay, so bring this out. And let's just cut both of those out so we can visually see. Now, that is still suctioned down. I'm going to keep this here for most of the video just to test it out to see if cleaning off the bottom did help. And I have a feeling it's absolutely going to help. And I hope so because I love this little guy. And when I unboxed it, I'll share the unboxing video. But when I unboxed it, I remember specifically saying that one of my favorite things about this was the fact that it suctioned so well to my mat. And so when all of a sudden it wasn't, I was heartbroken. Well, that's a little dramatic, but I was super bummed because it was one of my favorite features. Okay, so the reason again that I'm starting with the skirt is several reasons actually. First of all, I want to solidify what I want to do in terms of pattern because then I can start pulling colors for my Copics that I'm going to use to color. And I want that to match. But the next reason why is because then I will know, I have the wrong plate, then I will know what to, or where to stamp the stamps on the card because I'm going to stamp those right on the card base. Okay, there we go. That feels much better. Okay, now we have this little piece. It's so cute. Okay, so I also feel like there was, and it's embossed, so I wonder if you, is it intended to, I feel like it might be intended to kind of bend. Is that right? Or I can make up my own rules. Maybe what if I bent this so that it kind of popped up off of, or not bent, I'm sorry, fold? Fold is probably a better word. Oh, I think that that is doing something. Maybe, and then attach it this way. Because the other way would have been too big. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so I like that. There was also a little piece, this little piece here that looks like a belt. And what I think would be cute is to do this out of a gold glitter. That way we have something kind of popping visually on the card. So let's do that. I think that's going to be really cute. It still feels as if it is going to be too much though. So I'm going to see if I can kind of bend this back and forth and give this skirt like some flowy dimension here. I actually don't know how this is intended to be used, but what I love about it is we can just make up our own rules. And I think I'm going to do something like that. Right? Let's have fun with it. Oh yeah, let's do that. Super cute. Okay, now that might ruin our belt because we can't put it down like right on it since it's folded. So I might just forget about the belt, and that's just fine. Okay, I actually am not going to cut out this because I'm just, when you know, and I'm in love with it. So testing, that looks and feels great. And let's put all of this to the side and let's bring out our stamp. So I'm gonna grab my card base because we're gonna put this right on our panel. So let's put this to the side. I'm going to bring out my paper trimmer. This is 80-pound cardstock and I have it trimmed to an A2 size. So that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but I wanna trim that down even further. And I'm going to do, let's do 3 3/4 by 5. That way, I think that's going to be a 1/4 inch margin around my panel there. Now I can bring in, and sorry this is kind of in the way, but I really do want to test that out. That way, if any of you have come into that problem where it stops attaching and suctioning to your work surface, then you know some way to fix it. So it's just a little experiment video here. Okay, so we have this. Love the dimension there. And then again, now that I have this piece done, then I can find out where I need to put the rest of my pieces. So that looks nice. And, oh, is that the one I want? Yeah, I did. I liked the one with the hair and the ponytail. And then I'm going to bring this up quite a bit. And then I think what I'll do is I'm going to off-center her, and I'm going to put her on the left side because I like how her hair kind of falls to the left. Okay, let's get this kind of centered here. And there. That way I can do, yes, I want to do my sentiment kind of tucked right in here. Okay, so you can do have a beautiful birthday. You're absolutely fabulous. I think I'll do, well, it is a birthday card, so let's do have a beautiful birthday. And I'm going to try to stamp all of these together. So let's bring this up. Well, no, I'm going to bring this up a little bit and that. Okay, so I like how everything looks there. I may even nudge that over a little bit more. Just like that. And then we will do maybe that. Okay, I really like that. So I'm going to take the skirt, put that to the side, and I think that looks good. I'm going to place that down. Okay, so now let's get that all into position. I'm going to bring that down just a little bit. And let's stamp that down. So this is a brand new stamp, so I'm just going to really quickly condition my stamp. Okay, and because I intend to use Copics, which are alcohol markers, I'm going to use an ink that works with Copics. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, that looks great. Let me stamp it one more time just to bring some contrast. It looks so odd that she doesn't have half of her body, a third of her body. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is, since I stamped this 2 times, I'm going to let this really dry before I color it. That looks great. Okay, so let's set this to the side, and in the meantime, I will focus on going through my Copics and selecting a color for her hair, skin. Oh, you know what? I need to pause. I need to put a little face on her. And you don't have to really, but I kind of like this where her little eyes are shut. So let's put this right on her. Her little eyes there. Okay, so I have that positioned, but I need to remove all of my other little pieces. Then I can close the door once more, grab the little face, make sure it's positioned nicely, and stamp this down. Very cute. I don't even need to double stamp that. That looks wonderful. Okay, testing, testing. That has been on there for 20 minutes. That looks great. Okay, so I don't know that I have a perfect match for my pink, but it's going to be good enough. So I am going to start with, her skin. And the little legs have barely any coloring space, so I don't know that I'm really going to have room, let me zoom in here, to shade on her legs. I don't know that I'm gonna really worry too much about it, but we'll see. Okay, so I'll just get some skinny little legs here. Okay, I might just double up the color just to kind of give that a little pop. Sorry, I am such a bad card making YouTuber. I always forget to put the caps up, but I do a good job about putting all the colors in the description box below. So double check there. Okay, so E000 for the skin, and I'm going to just go through and add that to all of her skin. Okay, and I'm going to, I feel like I need to let that dry just a tad more. So while I let that dry, I'm going to do, especially just for skin because of the light color, I'm going to go through and do her hair. So for her hair, I am going to use two colors. I'm going to use E34 and E31, and I'm simply going to go through here and add some shade. And then here. And then I'll just kind of add a little bit in here. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the little swoopty swoops that come out here. I think I'll decide in a minute. But there's the E34, and then E31 will come back in and add. And they're pretty similar, so I might come back in and add the darker again to get some contrast. But I just am a simple colorer, so I'm just keeping it nice and simple. Ooh, I like that, but I am going to bump up my E34 just a little bit. So let's come back in. There we go. Add that back just to give that some more contrast. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my hand out of the way, but there is not a lot of coloring area, so okay, that looks much better. And then what I'll do is maybe with the lighter, I might just come through and I'm just gonna turn my paper here. I might just kind of follow the lines just to bring a little color in. I could also do it with my darker just to kind of add a bit more. There. Just to give it a little something. Okay, super cute. Now let's work on her shirt and ponytail and shoes, really. Actually, I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do her little shoes in this C5. And I'm also going to do her little necklace in the C5. Just a nice dark gray, nice and classy. Okay, and then for the shirt, I'm going to do R32 and R20, and then we have the cheeks, which I don't want to forget, so I'm going to leave that over here. So R32 is my darker color, and let's see here. I'm going to do kind of up. Oops, I went out of the lines, but I can fix that with my gel pen in just a little bit. And maybe something like that. Okay, so we're going to do that. And R20, I'm just going to kind of feather that out. Darker one again. And again, a little feather out. Okay, that's going to be it for her little shirt. And I'll come back in and fix where I kind of got out of the lines there. Okay, while actually I have those colors out, I'm going to do this little ponytail. And a little shading back. Very cute. Okay, so that should do it. Now, should I blend this just a little bit more? There. Ooh, I really like that. Okay, let's go ahead and, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the E31 in, and I'm going to just cover in this white space. It's kind of bothering me. Oh, there we go. Much better. And I can bring this back in and just add a little dark back into. Okay, there we go. I feel like that makes it not only look complete, but then her little ponytail's a little bit fuller as well. Okay, back with our skin color, E000, and we do have an opportunity to get a little bit of shading here. So I'm actually going to do all over color first. Okay, and then I'll come back in and add a little bit of shading. There we go, that's nice and dry too. Okay, so then I will add a little shading under her little bangs area and maybe down this left side of her face. It's just going to be very, very subtle. Okay, let's let that dry before we come back through with the cheeks. I like to personally let mine dry so that it doesn't just sink in. I like it to kind of pop on top. You can use a colorless blender to fix your whoopsies. I just can't get the hang of my colorless blender, and this is way, way easy with a little gel pen. So knowing that, I kind of stopped trying with my colorless blender. This I didn't get out of the lines, but my ink was starting. I didn't quite wait long enough for my ink to dry, and it just kind of bled a little bit. So there we go. Just wanted to fix and clean that up just a little bit. Okay, one more little spot where I can just clean it up. And here. Okay, there we go. So I think my last thing I want to do is bring in R21, and then I'll do the cheeks. So I'm gonna go very light right there. Isn't she cute? Okay, there we go. Now let's go ahead and, oh, I forgot my little necklace here. Super cute. Oh, she's so chic. I love her. Okay, again, you can either take a little picture of the marker caps here or go down below in the description box and I will link each color for you or list each color for you. Okay, we are at, let's see, 32 minutes in real time. That is just perfect. Nice and secure on my mat there. So let's go ahead and let's build up the card. And let's get a preview of what this is going to look like. Is that not stinking cute or what? Oh, she's so cute. I love her off center too on the card. I think that's so fun. All right, let's go ahead. What do we want to do for a card base? Okay, so I'm gonna be boring Bethany, womp womp, and I'm gonna do a white card base, and I'll tell you why. I held up my card to a variety of colored cardstock, and I felt like it was just taking away from the pop of the color that I wanted to be focused right on her. So I'm going to do a nice white card base. I feel like we've tested this enough, and I need to use a little bit more of my workspace here. So Thank you for all of you who reaffirmed that wiping off the bottom can help it to resuction, because that worked like a charm. Okay, this is 110-pound cardstock this time. It is 11 by 4¼ so I will place a score mark right at 5½. And now we'll have a top folding A2 size card. Just press that down. And then what I'm going to do is, first and foremost, let's secure this piece to our card base. So adding foam tape right to the back. Peeling away the little liner. Let's place that right on our card. Ooh, I like the 1/4 inch margin there. Very pretty. Okay, now I think what I will do, so it's like this, right? Okay. What I'm going to do, I think, is add liquid glue to these little folds here. So I'm going to add little strips of liquid glue. This glue is amazing. Right to these little folds. And this will give us a little bit of wiggle room as well to kind of fluff up the skirt. So I'm going to do that. I think that's super cute. Let's let that place like that. It kind of makes it look a little, oh, I love the movement. From a different angle, it was kind of looking a little chevron, but not from the other angle, so never mind. I'm trying to decide which of my favorites to pull for this. This could be nice and playful. Oh, I kind of like that. Yeah, I think I will. It's just nice and playful for her. So I'll link this down below. It's beautiful. I don't know that I have the sizes I want there, but let's do something. I want to kind of frame my sentiment a little bit. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm also going to do 1, 2. Okay, now let's decide on our sizes here, and I think I'm just going to go with the smallest. 1, 2. See? Oh goodness. 1, 2, and 3. And finally, whoops, 1 and 2. Oh, that ended the card so nicely. Plus, let me show you as the card moves what that's doing with the light. Okay, so let's put those away, but with the light, look how fun that is. That's just playful. It's very birthday. I really love that. Okay, now I'm not going to put my little handmade stamp on the back just because it says Bethany on it, which is me, of course, but I'm known as Mama, especially for this card, so I'm going to leave it blank. I could sign the back Mama if I want, but I'm not going to add my stamp this time. So I'll do my best to link all of the products that I use down below. I think that's so, so cute. I love the playfulness of it. It's simple, but really fun, and I love the boldness of the skirt. So please be sure to give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching this, and be sure to check out that description box below for all the products that I use to bring this together. All right, everyone, thanks so much for watching.